Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Vijay, and welcome back to a series of science-based bicep exercise. And today we are discussing another bicep exercise, that is the seated cable biceps curl. And there are so many variations to perform a seated cable biceps curl, but we are analyzing the exercise, that is by using the bench. And this is one of the most effective exercises to build your biceps muscle. Before going to any exercise or before performing any exercises, if you understand the exercise properly, it will be very helpful for you to perform it better. So we need to understand in both art of lifting as well as the anatomy. So let us understand the anatomy first. So in anatomy you can see we have two muscles in biceps, that is short head and long head, and these are the origins of short head and long head, and these are the insertions. And you should remember these two also, it will be helpful for you to perform the better. And then the action of the biceps muscle leads to flexion of the elbow and the supination of forearm. These are the things. Supination of forearm is this and flexion of elbow is this. Okay, you should remember this, then only you can perform the exercise in a most effective way. So now let us analyze the exercise with the help of art of lifting, and in the art of lifting we are considering the load and force diagram. What actually load and force diagram says is, when we are performing exercises, where actually the load is acting and where actually the force is acting. So now we can see here, this is the initial position of the exercise and this is the final position. In the initial position, we are placing our upper arm on the bench. Actually, we are sitting here and we are placing the upper arm on the bench, and the cable is in this direction. Cable will be in this. This is the workstation. So these are the pulleys and these are the cable. Then this is the shoulder joint, this is the elbow joint, and this is the wrist joint. So you can clearly see here, this is a biceps muscle and your upper arm is completely placed on the bench. According to art of lifting, when you are performing this exercise, there is a condition that the line of force or the resistance and the line of effort which is created from the biceps muscle, both should be parallel. So you can see in the initial position, the force which is actually acting in this direction because you are pulling the cable, and the resistance or the weight is acting in the opposite direction, and that means both are in the same lane. And then if you consider this as the line of resistance, or you can consider line of weight, or you can consider line of force, these three. So this is actually parallel with the line of effort which is created from the biceps muscle. So this is the biceps muscle is moving in this direction, that means this is line of effort which is created from the biceps muscle. So both are parallel means, see, so these both are parallel. This is line of effort and this is line of resistance. So we need to fulfill this condition to perform the exercise most effectively according to art of lifting. That should be in the initial position. And now we'll move on to the final position. This final position also same thing. Line of resistance is parallel with the line of, it should be parallel with the line of effort. So basically when you are performing a biceps curl with a dumbbell, so what usually we'll do is we'll take the dumbbell like this. So that is not an effective way. So what you need to do, you need to carry the dumbbell and lift it towards the ceiling. So if you want to understand this exercise, I already made a video on this. I'll share you the link in the description. You can just go through it for a better understanding. The same way here it is the initial position. So initial position we fulfill the condition, but in final position also we need to fulfill the condition. So that means when your upper arm is resting on the bench, so you need, instead of pulling like this or instead of curling towards your shoulder, you need to curl towards back side. So that is what showing in the line diagram actually. So you can clearly see here, this is the final position. In the final position, this is actually a line of resistance or the weight or the force, and the effort is created from the biceps muscle, that is also in the this direction. So that means these two also in parallel. To perform most effectively, so we fulfill the conditions of art of lifting, that is the line of resistance should be parallel with the line of effort. So both in the initial as well as in the final position we fulfill the condition. So this is how we should perform the seated cable biceps curl. So that's all for today. I'll meet you in the practical video. I'll explain how to do or how to perform the exercise properly, and even I'll give you some of the bonus tips, and even we'll discuss some of the mistakes usually people will do when they are performing this exercise. So I hope you guys understood this concept. So I'll meet you in the practical video. Until then, stay fit, stay healthy, stay happy. Bye bye.